Hey, what is going on YouTube? Hey, Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And guys, after yesterday, I thought I was done ripping videos from the World of Warships Legends official YouTube page, but alas, they have given us another teaser trailer, and we have two new lines, what it looks like from this video anyway, that are coming to the game. The German Renaissance destroyers and the French heavy cruisers. They kind of go over this video, and as always, give them a like and a follow. Robin does a fantastic job editing these and kind of showing, a few unique perks and traits from each one. But we're going to go to the World Warships PC wiki and kind of look at the ships of the line. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the French heavy cruisers. They kind of talk about it down here. It says, a line of super heavy cruisers based on the Dunkerque class battleships was added in that update, branching off from the Tier 7 Algerie, which is, of course, Tier 6 in our game. These vessels are armed with battleship caliber guns concentrated at the fronts of the ships. I always wondered why the French had the guns in the front and not the back, so it'd be easier to shoot while they were retreating. I'm just kidding. Don't hate me, all my French people, all my French viewers. These have excellent penetration and ballistics, which allow them to severely punish the broadsides of enemy cruisers and even battleships with their armor piercing. These ships should be fun, but they might not have the most battle impact. Think of the Carnot, and we will go over why I think that, but this is a new line, and anytime there's a new line, it breaks up the mold of the game, especially if you're, kind of reaching that point of your Legends career where you've got you've got your favorite ships, right? If you're a battleship player, you've got a majority of your ships. But breaking out into these alternative line, really, it kind of helps your play because sometimes these alternative lines are not the most OP, but it forces you to learn better gameplay, better tactics, better mechanics to improve yourself as a warships player. And, at the same time, they're also just fun to play new ships. But let's go ahead and take a look at the ships of Germany and the destroyers. Yes, the second tech tree line, starting with the Z-31, which we saw in the video, and ending with the Elbing, are fierce gunboats. Unlike most other gunboat destroyers, these German destroyers focus on high damage per salvo rather than high rate of fire or high DPM. They boast large caliber main battery guns capable of dealing large chunks of damage due to their high penetration. So definitely AP focused, such as the Elbing. If the Elbing catches a Mino, you guys have seen a few of my YouTube shorts, the Elbing can decimate broadside cruisers. It also has defensive AA as well as, very slow torpedoes, but torpedoes and a smoke screen. So you have a lot of versatility. And again, it's playing a little bit different style. You have to kind of weave in, catch destroyers off guard, get around to flanks. But let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the ships, starting with the German destroyers here. As mentioned in the video, we have the Z-31 and the Gustav Julius Merker. Merker? I don't know. Some of my German viewers are going to have to tell me how wrong I pronounce that, but let's check the Z-31 first. All right, scroll down. You guys can wait on the load time of the web page here. The lead ship is a part of a subseries of the Type 1936A destroyers laid down after the outbreak of World War II. She carried 150 millimeter main battery guns, which have a 7-second reload. So definitely going to want to set up that initial salvo if you just rush in there and try and go, toe-to-toe with a Sumner or, Tier 6, a Kid, or any gunboat base of the main lines here, you're going to get decimated. So you're going to have to set up your attacks and also think about zoning torpedoes and etc. But let's go ahead and look at our pros and cons. Massive health pool for the tier. Central armor cannot be penetrated by most non-German HE. So the Germans actually have the quarter pen, which gives them a better HE value. Most ships have a 1/6 penetration. And for the people who know and understand the game, you divide the gun caliber by 6 for standard HE penetration, but the Germans have that increased pen, so you would divide it by 4, which gives them that better HE penetration value. So this game can be very fun, but also very detailed at the same time. Very high AP shell damage, enhanced AP shell ricochet angles, and a high HE shell armor penetration capacity. We talked about that quarter pen there. I'm pretty sure if you divide 150 by 4, you would get, what is it? 150 divided by 4. 37.5. We round up, and that is the, where is it? That is the 38 millimeters, like we talked about. So the torpedoes do have long range, but they do not have, they're medium alpha strike, meaning they're not the most, but definitely not the least. And then fairly good concealment compared to other destroyers. You do, however, lose your hydroacoustic search, at least according to the PC Wiki anyway. And just like we talked about, they have a long reload, genuinely abysmal DPM. Torpedoes are very slow and long torpedo reload. So, and even says in the cons, limited team play abilities. So you're basically just hunting cruisers and trying to get lucky and outplay other destroyers, and maybe get a few torpedo hits on battleships. So that is you lose that team impact, right? That you potentially have with the Z-46, with the Hydro or the Sumner, where you can massively outgun the other destroyers. But that is the Z-31. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other destroyer. Oh, passed it. Gustav Julius Maerker. So 150 millimeter guns with a 6.1 reload, 5x1 of them there. So yeah, single placement. These are kind of the larger destroyers. They also are a little bit slower. What's our top speed here? 36. Yeah, so not the most maneuverable. You're basically just a very small cruiser. So think of them, with that way. Large health pool, tough side plating, so certain destroyers may not penetrate with HE, which is why when a destroyer turns broadside, you can almost always shoot AP, especially in a ship, in another destroyer or a lower caliber, like a light cruiser or something like that. You will just shred certain destroyers, and especially these German destroyers. Lacks hydroacoustic search and slow torpedoes. Now, if we had to guess, we could probably guess or make the assumption that the Tier 8 would be the Felix Schultz. She was definitely one of those Renaissance, destroyers, but this is probably going to be our Tier 8. So slower reload, but she's got the 3x2 configuration. So probably similar to an Elbing, but let's go ahead and take a look at the French cruisers. The two shown in the video are the Toulon and the Cherbourg. Let's go ahead and take a look at her. 305 millimeter guns, a heavy cruiser with a 2x4 layout on the front. And this is where I think these ships are going to have a very difficult time, especially if you're not getting the RNG to go your way. A 28-second reload is horrendous. That is horrendous for a cruiser. For comparison, the Stalingrad and the Alaska both have 305s and have around a 15-second reload. And I think with the Epic or Legendary mod, I can get my Alaska to a 12-second reload. So yeah, these are going to be tough to play, but I think they're going to be fun in their own regard. Let's go and take a look at their pros and cons. It's not listed. Yikes, that's not good. That usually means a lot of people don't play them, but let's take a look at the Cherbourg. A project of super heavy cruiser close to Dunker Q-class battleships. Her main armament comprising of 8 305 millimeter guns. Probably, no, a worse reload. What are we doing, Wargaming? This is why nobody likes these ships. Any pros and cons? A few. Large caliber guns with high shell velocity and good damage, access to main battery reload booster, excellent maneuverability and speed for a large cruiser, and good survivability. So they're well armored, they have good speed and the main battery reload booster. The problem is you have that long reload, so if you run out of your reload booster or, can't get yourself into a good position or have a bad team, then yeah, you're going to have a rough time in this ship. Cons are a long battleship reload, susceptible to high explosive. Yes, the French battleships and cruisers are susceptible to the 203. And SAP, mediocre anti-aircraft, large detection radius, and a 60-second fire. Man, these things are basically just remove the pros and just type in cons, and that's what we should call them, the con cruisers. But we'll go in and speculate what the Tier 8 will be. I think it's going to be, we passed it. The Brest, two of my favorite things, get it? But she's got the 330s, and yeah, this one looks like it'd be a lot of fun, but again, that high reload of 28 seconds there. 330 though, those could absolutely, you get some good drive-by and battleships. And something also to note is I don't think these have torpedoes. Yeah, no torpedoes listed. So you're going to be, these are all relying on the guns and with that slow reload. Just think of, a cruiser without the super benefits of a battleship, essentially. So that's basically what we're looking at here. But again, challenging yourself, trying to adapt and overcome that little bit of gameplay, and as well as break up the mold. We will definitely be trying these and testing these out, but I don't have too high of expectations for these. But let's go and take a look at the Brest pros here. Good survivability and armor for a cruiser, large caliber guns. All main battery guns can be fired over the bow. So you don't have to like they say here, expose broadside. Numerous secondary guns, okay. Probably not super ideal to be brawling in this thing, but decent maneuverability and speed for her size. Access to the main battery reload booster and engine boost. Consumables, cons, 60-second fire duration, long main battery reload, susceptible to basically everything we just mentioned. I think Wargaming will probably give these things a little bit lower fire, 45 seconds if I had to guess, but yeah, I'm not expecting too much. And this could be, the Marseille could be our legendary. It is the tier 10 super on PC. But yeah, these look like fun ships. Just maybe not the strongest in terms of battle impact, but that was the video. And yeah, Aaron gets to do another lazy looking forward video. And I just saw the notification that we got the patch notes, so I will be doing a little patch notes video for you guys. So Aaron has to do almost zero editing this week. Let's go. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Love you guys. I'll see you on stream tonight, probably. Hey, run out. Peace.